We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and boy, do I have something special for you! We're talking about one of the most sought-after quarters in history, the 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, famously known for its God We Trust error, and now valued at an astonishing $1.3 million. Stick around to learn all about this rare coin, why it's worth so much, and how you might have one sitting around without even knowing it. Let's take a step back in time to 1965. It was a big year for U.S. coinage. This was the first year that the U.S. Mint transitioned from using silver to a copper-nickel plaid composition for its quarters. Prior to this, quarters were made of 90% silver, but due to a shortage of silver and rising costs, the Mint made the switch. Of the 1965 Washington quarter was designed by John Flanagan, featuring George Washington's iconic portrait on the obverse and a majestic eagle on the reverse. These quarters are still in circulation today, but not all of them are created equal. While millions of 1965 quarters were produced, there's a very specific reason one of them is now worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million, and that's due to an error that collectors find incredibly valuable. One of the most intriguing things about the 1965 Washington quarter is the error on the motto. The phrase "In God We Trust" has appeared on U.S. coins since the 19th century, but on this specific quarter, something went wrong during the minting process. The "in" was left off, and instead, the coin only shows "God We Trust." This mistake, known as a struck-through error, happens when part of the design is obscured or omitted due to an issue with the die or minting machinery. In this case, the absence of the word "in" made this quarter stand out to collectors. It's a rare error that you won't find on most 1965 quarters, making it highly desirable among coin enthusiasts. Now, you might be wondering, how does a single quarter end up being worth $1.3 million? Well, there are a few reasons. First, rarity. The 1965 quarter is already significant because it marks the transition from silver to copper-nickel. Add to that the extremely rare God We Trust error, and you have a coin that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. There are very few of these error coins known to exist, which skyrockets its value. Second, condition. Like with any valuable coin, the condition matters a lot. Coins that have been well preserved or graded highly by professional coin grading services can fetch a premium price. The specific coin that sold for $1.3 million was in exceptional condition, graded MS68, which means it was almost flawless despite being over 50 years old. Third, demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique and rare coins, and when one like the 1965 Washington quarter comes along, bidding wars can drive the price up. Coin auctions are known for fetching record-breaking prices when rare finds are put on the block, and that's exactly what happened with this quarter. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? First, check the date, make sure it's a 1965 quarter. Then, look closely at the motto, "In God We Trust." If the "in" is missing or faint, you might have one of these valuable error coins. Additionally, it's a good idea to inspect the condition of the coin. If it looks like it's in good shape, with minimal scratches or wear, it could be worth sending to a coin grading service to get a professional evaluation. If you think you found a rare 1965 Washington quarter with the God We Trust error, your next step is figuring out where to sell it. There are several options. You can go to a professional coin dealer, sell it at an auction, or list it on a marketplace like eBay, where rare coins are bought and sold regularly. However, it's important to get your coin professionally graded before selling, as this will significantly impact its value. A graded coin can give potential buyers confidence in its authenticity and condition, which is especially important for a rare find like this. The 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter with the God We Trust error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins you might come across. Its unique error, combined with its historical significance, has made it a hot commodity among collectors, and its value of $1.3 million proves just how special it is. Who knows? You might have one of these valuable coins sitting in your collection, or even in your pocket change. So, take a close look. You could be holding onto a small fortune without even realizing it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you've come across any rare coins, and I'll see you in the. We're diving into a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists alike, the 1971 US Washington quarter dollar with the unique error, "In God We Trust," misspelled as "In God We Trust." This rare and fascinating error coin is valued at an astonishing $1.2 million. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the value of rare coins, you're going to love this video. Before we get into the details of this specific coin, let's talk briefly about the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has become one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, featuring Washington's portrait on the obverse and the American eagle on the reverse until 1998, when the state quarters were introduced. The 1971 Washington quarter is part of this long-running series, but what makes this specific version so valuable is its error, one that you'll rarely find. Error coins can happen during the minting process, and they are often highly sought after by collectors. Whether it's a missing letter, misaligned die, or in this case, a misspelling, these errors are uncommon and can sometimes turn a regular coin into a valuable treasure. The 1971 Washington quarter with the "In God We Trust" error is one such coin. This type of mistake can occur during the engraving process when the design on the die is improperly carved or damaged, leading to the production of coins with a misspelled motto. What makes this 1971 error quarter so unique is the fact that it not only features a critical mistake in one of the most iconic phrases on U.S. currency, "In God We Trust," but also that the error went unnoticed for quite some time. Coins with the correct spelling were produced in large quantities, making the error version even rarer. The key is in the T of trust. On this coin, the die used to strike the quarter created a P instead of a T, giving us the phrase, "In God We Trust." This simple yet significant error is why the coin can fetch an astronomical value of $1.2 million at auction or in private sales. Now, you might be wondering why this coin is worth so much. Here's the thing: rarity and demand drive the market value of collectible coins. The 1971 U.S. Washington quarter is already rare because it wasn't meant to exist with this particular error. The fact that only a few of these error coins slipped through quality control makes it one of the rarest Washington quarters ever. Collectors love a good story, and this coin story is one of oversight and rarity. With only a handful of these coins known to exist, the market value has skyrocketed. When it was discovered and confirmed to be a legitimate mint error, the excitement around it drove collectors to pay incredible amounts to add this coin to their collections. If you think you've come across one of these rare coins, here are some tips for identifying it. First, look closely at the motto, "In God We Trust," on the obverse side. The error will show "In God We Trust" with a clear P instead of a T. Second, check for the mint mark. The NOS means there is no mint mark under the date, which is another factor that adds to the rarity of this coin. This indicates that the coin was mistakenly struck at the San Francisco Mint without its signature mark. Lastly, if you have a magnifying glass or coin microscope, use it to examine the fine details of the letters, as the error may not be immediately obvious to the naked eye. With any valuable coin, the condition is crucial to determining its final market value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. For the 1971 U.S. Washington quarter with the error, finding one in mint condition, or even close to it, can make a huge difference in value. Coins that are well preserved, with little to no wear, can fetch much higher prices than those with damage or heavy circulation marks. Experts recommend having any rare coin, especially one like this, professionally graded by organizations such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These organizations will authenticate the coin and assign it a grade, which will give potential buyers confidence in its value. As of today, the 1971 Washington quarter error coin has reached a market value of $1.2 million. Recent sales and auctions have seen collectors willing to pay upwards of this amount to acquire one of these ultra-rare coins. It's truly an example of how something so small can hold such immense value. If you're lucky enough to come across this coin or already own one, it's essential to understand its value and the potential it holds in the numismatic world. The 1971 U.S. Washington quarter with the "In God We Trust" error is not just a simple mistake, it's a valuable piece of history. With only a handful of these coins known to exist, and its fascinating error, this coin has reached legendary status among collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner looking to start your collection, this coin serves as a reminder that there's treasure to be found in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching, and we have an incredible story for you, one that's sure to excite collectors and history buffs alike. We're talking about a 1979 D Washington quarter with a fascinating twist, a rare error that has skyrocketed its value to an astonishing $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. This ordinary looking coin could be worth a fortune, and today we'll explain why. So stay tuned, because this is one coin you won't want to overlook. Let's start by understanding the basics of the 1979 D Washington quarter. Minted at the Denver Mint, this coin is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. The 1979 D quarter isn't usually considered rare by itself, millions were produced that year. However, there's a special error variety that makes certain coins from this year incredibly valuable. And now, what sets this coin apart from others? It all comes down to a striking error on the inscription, "In God We Trust." On certain 1979 D Washington quarters, there's a misprint, and the "In God We Trust" motto appears to say "In God We Trust" instead. This mistake occurred due to a worn or damaged die during the minting process, which led to some letters being partially or completely faded. While these types of errors aren't super rare on their own, finding one in near-perfect condition is what makes this coin so valuable. So how did a 25-cent coin reach a market value of $1.6 million? The answer lies in the rarity of its condition. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, mint-state coin. A 1979 D quarter with the "God We Trust" error in mint state 67 or higher is extremely rare. Only a handful of these coins have been found in such pristine condition, and because of their scarcity, collectors are willing to pay a fortune to own one. But it's not just the error that's important, it's the condition of the coin. Coins that are free from scratches, wear, and discoloration are much more desirable. In fact, a 1979 D Washington quarter with the "God We Trust" error in mint condition could easily fetch over $1 million at auction. You might be wondering why collectors are so willing to pay such a premium for this coin. First, it's the rarity, only a few of these error coins exist in top condition. Second, it's the historical significance. Error coins are like little time capsules, preserving a moment when something went wrong during the minting process. This makes them unique pieces of history. Lastly, it's the thrill of the hunt. For collectors, finding one of these coins is like striking gold. And now, here's the exciting part: you might actually own one of these valuable coins without even knowing it. The 1979 D Washington quarter with the "God We Trust" error could be sitting in your loose change or an old coin jar. So, what should you look for? Start by inspecting that "In God We Trust" motto closely. Look for any signs of the letter T being out of place or partially faded. If you find anything unusual, it could be worth getting the coin professionally graded. If you think you found one of these rare quarters, the next step is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will examine your coin under strict conditions to determine its authenticity and assign it a grade. Keep in mind, the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. If your quarter is authenticated and receives a high grade, you could be sitting on a small fortune. To give you a sense of just how valuable these coins can be, let's talk about some notable sales. A 1979 D Washington quarter with the "God We Trust" error in near mint condition was recently sold at auction for a whopping $1.6 million. This has set a new standard for the value of this particular error coin, and prices could continue to rise as more collectors become aware of its rarity. So there you have it, the story of a 1979 D Washington quarter that turned out to be worth an incredible $1.6 million. If you're a coin collector, or even if you're just someone with some old quarters lying around, now is the perfect time to start paying attention to those small details. You never know what treasures might be hiding in your pocket change. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if there's a particular coin you'd like us to cover next. We're diving deep into a rare and extraordinary coin that has caught the attention of collectors worldwide, the 1997 D Washington quarter. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a regular quarter, right? Well, think again. This quarter has become one of the most sought-after coins on the market, with a staggering value of $1.4 million. So, what makes this coin so special? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, this coin has undergone a few changes, but it remains a staple in U.S. currency. The 1997 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and initially circulated like any other quarter. However, something unique happened to a few of these coins, making them extremely valuable today. This specific quarter we're talking about is sometimes referred to as the God We TRVST error coin. Due to a rare minting mistake, some 1997 D Washington quarters display a fascinating error in the motto, "In God We Trust." On certain coins, the U in trust is mistakenly struck as a V, creating the phrase, "In God We TRVST." While this might seem like a small mistake, errors like this are what drive collectors crazy, and for good reason. Now, let's talk rarity. Mint errors can happen from time to time, but not all of them reach circulation, especially in large quantities. That's what makes the 1997 D Washington quarter with this error so special. There are only a handful of these error coins known to exist, and that's what's fueling their incredible market value. The fewer the coins, the more desirable they become, and this particular coin is as rare as they come. Coin collectors and enthusiasts are always on the lookout for rare finds, and when one of these 1997 D God We TRVST quarters surfaces, the bidding wars begin. In recent years, these error quarters have fetched sky-high prices at auction. The current market value for one in pristine condition? A jaw-dropping $1.4 million. That's right, one quarter, worth more than $1 million. It's the dream of every collector to come across a coin like this. But how can you tell if you have one of these valuable quarters? First, take a close look at the phrase, "In God We Trust" on your 1997 D Washington quarter. If you see that the U in trust looks more like a V, you might be holding $1 million coin in your hand. However, before getting too excited, it's essential to have the coin authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This ensures that the coin is legitimate and gives it an official grade, which can significantly impact its value. Coin grading is a crucial part of determining the true value of rare coins. The higher the grade, the better condition the coin is in, and the more it's worth. For example, a 1997 D Washington quarter in near-perfect condition, with that God We TRVST error, could easily reach the $1.4 million mark or even more. Coins that are in less than perfect condition may still be worth a significant amount, but not quite as much as one that's flawless. Grading involves examining the coin's surface for any wear and tear, as well as ensuring the error is clearly visible. Even the smallest imperfection can affect the coin's value, so it's essential that collectors take great care when handling and storing these rare finds. After grading, the coin will be encased in a protective holder, preserving its condition for future generations. As we mentioned earlier, these coins have made waves at auctions. One example was a 1997 D Washington quarter God We TRVST error that sold for over $1 million at an auction. Since then, the demand has only grown, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for the chance to own a piece of numismatic history. So, could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? It's worth checking your pocket change, old collections, or the jar of coins you've had lying around for years. You might just discover that one rare coin that changes everything. The 1997 D Washington quarter is a perfect example of how a small error can lead to a big payday. Remember, when it comes to coin collecting, every little detail matters. Keep an eye out for those rare finds, and who knows, you could be the next lucky owner of $1 million coin. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating coin stories and tips on building your collection. We're talking about a rare and extremely valuable coin that could be hiding in your collection, the 1989 P Washington quarter dollar, with the inscription, "In God We Trust." Believe it or not, this quarter could be worth an astounding $1.4 million. So, let's dive into what makes this coin so special and why collectors are willing to pay such a high price for it. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since it was first minted in 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. But not all Washington quarters are created equal. Some rare variations, like the 1989 P Washington quarter, have become the focus of collectors worldwide due to their rarity and unique characteristics. Now, you're probably wondering, What makes this quarter worth $1.40 million? First, let's start with the mint mark. The P on the coin represents that it was minted in Philadelphia. While Philadelphia minted millions of quarters in 1989, a few coins from that year have an exceptional quality and rare errors that set them apart. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins that are graded as MS67 or higher, meaning they are in near-perfect condition, are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auctions. For those unfamiliar with coin grading, MS stands for mint state, and it refers to coins that have not been circulated and show no signs of wear. The higher the number following the MS, the better the condition. Coins that are graded MS67 or above are incredibly rare, and that rarity drives up the price, but that's not all. The 1989 P Washington quarter is also known for having a special error, a slight doubling on the phrase, "In God We Trust." These doubled die errors are highly sought after by collectors because they're the result of a mistake during the minting process. The doubling might be subtle, but it's enough to make this coin unique and increase its value. In recent years, a 1989 P Washington quarter with this rare doubling error and in pristine condition was sold for an unbelievable $1.4 million at auction. That's right, a single quarter worth over $1 million. This is one of the highest prices ever paid for a Washington quarter, making it a true gem in the world of coin collecting. So, how can you tell if your 1989 P quarter is worth a fortune? Here are a few tips. 1. Look for the P indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. 2. The coin should be in mint condition, with no visible wear or damage. Consider getting it graded by a professional service. 3. Pay close attention to the "In God We Trust" inscription. If you notice any doubling or unusual markings, you could be in luck. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change or old coin collection. Even if it's not worth $1.4 million, a coin in slightly lower condition can still fetch thousands of dollars. So, don't overlook those quarters. Take a closer look. If you think you found a rare 1989 P Washington quarter, I recommend getting it evaluated by a professional coin grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They'll provide an official grade, which is essential if you plan to sell the coin at auction or to a private collector. Many rare coins, including the 1989 P quarter, have made headlines for fetching high prices at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stacksbowers. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique coins, and this particular quarter has proven to be one of the most valuable finds in recent history. And now, you might be wondering how common these rare 1989 P quarters are. While millions were minted, only a handful are in such pristine condition with the doubling error, which makes them incredibly rare. That's what drives the price so high. To summarize, here are the key factors that make the 1989 P Washington quarter worth $1.4 million, minted in Philadelphia, with the P mint mark. Must be in mint state condition, graded MS67 or higher. Look for the rare doubled die error on the phrase, "In God We Trust." So, what are you waiting for? Go through your old coin collections, check your spare change, and see if you might have one of these rare treasures. Who knows? You could be sitting on $1 million coin without even realizing it. Before you go, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos on rare and valuable coins. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and good luck treasure hunting. We're diving deep into a rare and valuable coin that's turning heads in the collector world, the 1940 Washington quarter dollar, specifically one with a unique error in the motto, "In God We Trust." This coin, with its fascinating history and rarity, has recently caught the attention of collectors for its market value of a whopping $1.7 million. If you're interested in rare coins, numismatics, or just curious about why a quarter can fetch such a high price, stick around because this is going to be an exciting breakdown. Before we jump into the specifics of this 1940 error coin, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin quickly became one of the most iconic pieces of American currency, featuring a profile of the first president on the obverse and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue, the Washington quarter was so popular that it became a permanent part of U.S. currency. Over the years, small modifications were made, but it has remained a staple in American coinage. However, not every quarter struck was perfect, and that's where things get interesting with the 1940 Washington quarter. And now, let's focus on the rare 1940 Washington quarter with a striking error in the motto. Normally, these coins feature the famous American motto, "In God We Trust," clearly on the obverse. However, due to a minting error, some of the quarters produced in 1940 were struck with a noticeable flaw, causing part of the phrase to be missing, most notably the S in trust. As a result, the coin appears to say, "In God We Trust." Errors like this may seem small, but in the world of coin collecting, they are a big deal. Coins with minting errors are highly sought after because they are rare, and their unique characteristics make them valuable to collectors. In this case, the 1940 Washington quarter with the missing S in trust is exceptionally rare, and that's what drives its value into the millions. You may be wondering, why would a small minting error cause a quarter to be worth $1.7 million? The answer lies in the rarity and demand for such coins. First, this error is not common. Only a few of these error coins were produced, and even fewer have been discovered in mint condition. The rarity alone is enough to make collectors want to get their hands on it. Second, collectors of American coinage, especially rare and historical pieces, are always looking for coins that stand out from the rest. A Washington quarter with an error as significant as this one becomes a coveted item in any collection. It's not just about the monetary value, but the story behind the coin, the history it represents, and the sheer luck of finding one in such pristine condition. Furthermore, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its market value. Coins that are well preserved, showing minimal signs of wear, are considered to be in mint state or uncirculated, and these are the coins that command the highest prices. This particular 1940 Washington quarter with the "In God We Trust" error is in incredible condition, which is why it recently sold for $1.7 million. The 1940 Washington quarter isn't the only coin with a valuable minting error. Throughout U.S. history, there have been other coins that feature similar errors, which have also sold for significant amounts of money. For example, the famous 1955 doubled die Lincoln penny, where the doubling of the date and motto makes it highly sought after by collectors. Or the 1937 D three-legged buffalo nickel, another highly collectible coin due to a minting mistake. These errors become part of numismatic history, making them iconic and treasured by collectors. The 1940 Washington quarter with the missing S in trust joins the ranks of these famous error coins, solidifying its place in coin collecting lore. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? First, you'll want to carefully examine any 1940 Washington quarters you come across. Pay close attention to the motto, "In God We Trust." If you notice that the S in trust is missing or faint, you might have one of these rare error coins in your possession. However, it's essential to get the coin authenticated by a professional numismatist or a reputable grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, to confirm its authenticity and condition. If you happen to find a 1940 Washington quarter with this error, it's likely worth a considerable amount, especially if it's in mint or near mint condition. Given the rarity of the error, these coins don't show up often, so if you discover one, you could be holding a piece of history, and a very valuable one at that. As time goes on, the value of rare error coins like this one is expected to rise even further. With only a few of these coins in existence, and as more collectors become aware of its rarity, the demand is likely to increase. That's what makes this 1940 Washington quarter such an exciting coin for numismatists and collectors alike. It's not just a piece of American currency, it's a historical artifact with a fascinating story and an ever-growing market value. And there you have it, the story of the 1940 Washington quarter with the rare "In God We Trust" error that's worth an astonishing $1.7 million. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone with a casual interest, this coin is a perfect example of how small details can lead to big value in the world of numismatics. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about rare and valuable coins. And as always, feel free to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Who knows, maybe you'll discover the next $1 million coin in your collection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We're diving into one of the most interesting and valuable coins in the world of numismatics, the 1941 Washington quarter dollar with the famous "God We Trust" error. Believe it or not, this coin's market value has reached an astounding $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.8 million for a quarter. So, why is this coin worth so much? What makes it such a prized piece for collectors? Let's break it all down. Before we get into the specifics of the 1941 Washington quarter, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter series. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, features a profile of Washington on the obverse side of the coin. The quarter became a staple of U.S. currency and has been in circulation ever since in 1941. The U.S. was in the midst of World War II, and the nation's economy and manufacturing were heavily focused on the war effort. Even during these times, coins were still being minted, but errors in the production process were not uncommon, and one such error gave birth to the legendary 1941 No Washington Quarter Dollar with the God We Trust inscription error. So, what's so special about this 1941 quarter? The key lies in a minting error that occurred at the time. Usually, the phrase "In God We Trust" is stamped clearly on the obverse side of Washington quarters. However, due to a mistake during the minting process, some quarters from 1941 were produced with a partial inscription, showing "God We Trust" instead of the full phrase "In God We Trust." This type of error is what's known as a die error, and it occurred when the die used to strike the coin wore down or was improperly prepared. This particular error is incredibly rare, and only a few examples of this coin are known to exist. As you might guess, coin collectors place immense value on rarity, and this error has made the 1941 No Washington Quarter one of the most sought-after coins in U.S. history. And now, you're probably wondering, how did a 25-cent coin come to be worth $1.8 million? It's all about supply and demand. As we mentioned earlier, very few examples of this coin exist, making it an ultra-rare find. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is one of the biggest factors driving up prices. Additionally, the coin's condition plays a significant role. The higher the grade of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. The $1.8 million price tag was reached when one of these rare coins was found in mint condition. Coins that are perfectly preserved, with no wear and tear, are referred to as MS or mint state coins. The 1941 No Washington Quarter that sold for $1.8 million was graded as MS-67 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which is an incredibly high grade for a coin of this age. Essentially, this coin was in near-perfect condition despite being over 80 years old. In addition to the rarity and condition of the coin, other factors come into play when determining its value. First, the historical significance of the Washington Quarters series contributes to its appeal. Collectors love coins with a backstory, and the Washington Quarter's connection to the nation's first president adds a layer of historical importance. The minting error itself also draws interest from collectors. Error coins are some of the most prized pieces in the numismatic world because they're mistakes that slip through the cracks of quality control. Each error coin tells a unique story about the minting process and the time period in which it was produced. Finally, the God We Trust inscription error adds a level of intrigue and uniqueness to the coin. This subtle but significant error has made the 1941 No Washington Quarter a true gem in the world of rare coins. If you happen to be a coin collector or just someone interested in hunting down rare coins, here are a few tips on how to spot a 1941 No Washington Quarter with the God We Trust error. First, examine the obverse side of the coin. You're looking for the phrase "In God We Trust," but in this case, it should be missing the word "in." The phrase will only read "God We Trust." Next, pay attention to the overall condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin will be. Look for coins that have minimal wear, clear details, and no significant scratches or blemishes. If you think you found one of these rare coins, it's always a good idea to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its value. So, there you have it, the story of the 1941 No Washington Quarter Dollar with the God We Trust error. This rare coin has become a true treasure in the world of numismatics, with its value skyrocketing to $1.8 million thanks to its rarity, condition, and historical significance. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins, you could be holding a piece of history worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about rare and valuable coins, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or what your favorite coin is to collect. We are diving deep into one of the rarest and most fascinating coins in American history, the 1942 Washington Quarter with the No In God We Trust error. This coin, often referred to as the No Motto Quarter, is one of the most sought-after pieces among collectors, and today, we're going to explore why this particular coin has reached a market value of $1.90 million. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has become one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. However, the 1942 Washington quarter stands out for a very specific reason: the omission of the motto, "In God We Trust." This error occurred during the minting process, and only a handful of these coins made it out into circulation. The error is believed to have been the result of a die malfunction during the minting process. Dies are used to stamp the designs onto coins, and sometimes they can wear down or be improperly made. In this case, the portion of the die that was responsible for imprinting the motto, "In God We Trust," wore down, resulting in some coins missing this crucial element. Now, you may be wondering why a missing motto would make a coin so valuable. The answer lies in rarity and demand. Coins with minting errors are often highly sought after by collectors because they represent a mistake that was never meant to happen. In the case of the 1942 Washington quarter, the error was significant enough to create a buzz among numismatists, but it's the extreme rarity of these coins that drives their value into the millions. Only a few of these error coins were ever discovered, making them one of the rarest Washington quarters in existence. The exact number of surviving examples is unknown, but estimates suggest that fewer than May 20th still be out there. This level of scarcity is a key factor in the coin's market value, which has reached an astonishing $1.90 million. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1942 Washington quarter. The front of the coin, or obverse, features a profile of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The reverse side of the coin showcases an eagle with outstretched wings, surrounded by olive branches, symbolizing peace, but the real point of interest is what's missing: the motto, "In God We Trust." On a normal quarter, this phrase appears prominently above Washington's head. On the error coins, however, the area is completely blank, creating a noticeable and intriguing absence. This mistake adds a layer of mystery to the coin and is the main reason why collectors are willing to pay such high prices for it. With all valuable coins, the condition of the 1942 no motto Washington quarter plays a huge role in its market value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, with higher grades representing better condition. Most of the 1942 no motto quarters that have been found are in circulated condition, meaning they show signs of wear and tear from being used in everyday transactions. However, some of the rarest and most valuable examples are those that have been preserved in excellent condition. A 1942 Washington quarter with the no motto error in mint state condition could easily fetch over $1.9 million at auction, depending on the exact grade and the demand at the time. Speaking of auctions, let's talk about some of the notable sales of this rare coin. In recent years, the 1942 no motto Washington quarter has consistently set new records in the numismatic world. One of the most famous sales occurred in 2022, when a pristine example of the coin sold for a staggering $1.9 million at auction. This sale made headlines and cemented the coin's status as one of the most valuable Washington quarters ever discovered. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for rare and valuable coins, and the 1942 no motto Washington quarter is a prime example of how mint errors can dramatically increase a coin's worth. If you happen to come across one of these coins, you could be holding a true fortune in your hands now. You might be wondering how to identify a 1942 no motto Washington quarter if you come across one. The first step is to check the obverse of the coin. Look closely at the area above Washington's head where the motto, "In God We Trust," should be. If the motto is missing and the area is blank, you may have an error coin. However, it's important to note that not every coin with a worn or faded motto is an official error. You'll need to have the coin authenticated by a professional numismatist or coin grading service to determine if it is indeed the rare 1942 no motto variety. So why does this coin command such high prices? For collectors, the 1942 no motto Washington quarter represents a perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, and minting error. It's a coin that tells a story, one of a mistake made during the height of World War II, a time when America was focused on much larger issues than a small error on a quarter. For investors, the value of the coin lies in its scarcity and the strong demand from collectors. As the number of available coins dwindles over time, the value of the remaining examples will likely continue to rise. This makes the 1942 no motto Washington quarter not just a fascinating piece of history, but also a smart investment for those looking to diversify their portfolios with rare and valuable coins. In conclusion, the 1942 no motto Washington quarter is a true gem in the world of numismatics. With its rare minting error, historical significance, and incredible market value of $1.9 million, it's no wonder that collectors and investors alike are captivated by this coin. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights into rare coins and the stories behind them. And who knows, you might just find one of these treasures in your own collection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We're diving deep into a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the 2000 Washington quarter dollar. This coin has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, with a staggering market value of $1.7 million. But what makes this coin so special? Let's explore its unique features, background, and why it's considered a prized possession among coin collectors. To understand the significance of the 2000 quarter, we need to look at the context in which it was minted. The United States Mint had been producing quarters featuring George Washington since 1932 as part of the Washington Quarter series. However, in 1999, the Mint introduced the 50-State Quarters program, a series that celebrated each state's history and heritage. As part of this program, the 2000 quarter featured the design of the state of Massachusetts, marking the first quarter released in the year 2000. What makes this specific quarter fascinating is that no Washington error that occurred during its minting. During the production of the Massachusetts quarter, a significant error happened. A small number of coins were struck without the standard image of George Washington on the obverse side. This error occurred due to a malfunction in the minting process, which resulted in coins being produced without the expected design. These Washington quarters are exceptionally rare, making them highly sought after by collectors. While most quarters from the 2000 series are worth their face value of 25 cents, the Washington error has an astonishing market value of $1.70 million. Rarity is a crucial factor in determining a coin's value. In the case of the 2000 Washington quarter, only a handful of these error coins are believed to exist. The exact number is difficult to ascertain, but estimates suggest that fewer than 100 coins may have been produced. This extreme scarcity contributes significantly to the coin's astronomical value. In addition to its rarity, the coin's condition also plays a vital role in its market value. Coins that are graded higher by professional grading services, like those in uncirculated condition, fetch even higher prices. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that are in pristine condition, and the Washington quarter is no exception. The $1.7 million market value of the 2000 Washington quarter can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, its rarity creates a sense of urgency among collectors. Coins that are difficult to find often become the centerpieces of any collection and are highly coveted. Secondly, the historical significance of the error adds to its allure. Coin errors have long fascinated numismatists and casual collectors alike. They represent a moment in time when something unexpected occurred during the minting process, making them unique pieces of history. Lastly, the popularity of the 50-State Quarters program has also heightened interest in the 2000 Massachusetts quarter. Collectors who completed the series are eager to add this extraordinary error coin to their collections, driving demand and prices even higher. If you're a collector or simply curious about this valuable coin, you may wonder where to find a 2000 Washington quarter. These coins occasionally appear at auctions, coin shows, or through specialized dealers. However, due to their rarity, they are not easy to come by. When looking for this coin, it's crucial to work with reputable dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare coins. They can provide authentication and grading services, ensuring that you are purchasing a genuine piece. In conclusion, the 2000 Washington quarter dollar is a remarkable example of how a simple error during the minting process can lead to a coin's extraordinary value. With a market price of $1.7 million, it stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting and the fascinating history behind American currency. If you enjoyed learning about this rare coin, please like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on numismatics and collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you have ever come across a rare coin or if you'd like to see us cover other interesting topics in the world of coins. Thanks for watching, and